Today's a review of the LG Viewty. It's the 5 megapixel camera phone released by LG. I think it's 2.8-inch touchscreen. I'll just take it here. You get this little, it's kind of like a stylus, but it's a mini stylus, so you get attached onto it. I'll just go around the sides of it. You've got 3 modes for the camera on the sides. I don't know if you can quite see that, it's reflective a bit. You've got the camera mode in the center, you've got the record mode, and the gallery, so you can just flick between these and that'll change it for you. On there you've got a multifunction button, which is really shiny at the moment. What that button does is unlock and lock the screen, if I show you there, and also once you're in camera mode it turns on the image stabilizer, which I found to be not really that good, but we'll come on to that. And then obviously there you've got the camera button, which is self-explanatory, turns on the camera. Around the front you've got 3 buttons. You've got call and pick up, you've got end call and turn on or off, and you've got the cancel and backspace button. There's no slide out keyboard here, it's just a solid button, goes all the way around. On there you've got the full Xenon flash, which isn't proper flash, not just a little LED. 5 megapixel Schneider lens, so it's a pretty good camera. And here you can see there's a little grip which you can zoom in and out. But what I've noticed is, because you use your finger to zoom in and out, your finger gets in the frame quite often. So that's not really the best way to get it done. And I've noticed as well, it gets the lens gets smudged quite a bit, because if you can see, there's no cover on there. And there's also a front-facing 1.2 megapixel camera. I'll just move it so you can see that. There you go. So I will turn it on now. If you can see there, this is quite a nifty little interface. So it's the same, almost the same interface as the LG Prada, which was released about a year ago, which quite a lot of people bought. I think this is quite a girly phone, but I mean, for the fact it's a 5 megapixel snapper and it does video 120 frames a second, granted it's not very high resolution, I think it's 320 by 240 at 120 frames a second, but if you slow that down, it gives you a pretty good smooth effect when you're doing slow motion video. And you can also upload straight to YouTube with this, because it's a 3G phone. So we'll go through pros and cons. We'll go cons first. The cons of this phone: the front-facing camera isn't very responsive, but you can expect that from 1.2 snapper. You cannot bulk delete text messages, so you have to delete them one by one. This thing is a little annoying. It's a bit girly. You can do it with your finger though, which is pretty responsive. Another con, it's quite difficult to get used to the fact that this button is backspace and cancel, because if you're using a touchscreen you don't really want to go down here to cancel stuff, so you have to go up and down in a text message when you get things wrong. The text message predictive stuff isn't that intelligent in my opinion, but then again I think it uses K9, which I don't really like that much. Another thing, the sides scratches quite a lot, so if you notice that, I mean, this is my girlfriend's phone, so she hates this phone, by the way, but the thing is, she can't get used to the touchscreen, doesn't think it's very responsive compared to, let's say, the iPhone. If we put the two next to each other, you can see size-wise as well the screen difference. And you can also see that this one smudges pretty badly. Another thing, I'll show you the responsiveness of the screen actually. Let's click a menu item. So that takes you straight into messaging, and it's pretty quick. You can send emails from here, you can receive Gmail, because obviously you've got the HSDP here. You can go on Google, do full searches. Now it's not a full browsing experience like Safari, it's just a compressed browser. I think it uses Opera, well, a version of Opera, mobile Opera. Phone calls are pretty clear, good reception mostly. There's a full signal here, and this is in Belgium. This is a UK phone. It also has some pretty good graphics, considering it's obviously a mobile phone. And I've got a clip in a few minutes, well, in a minute or so, of me playing the game that comes free on here. It's just like a shooter game, and it has a grid displayed on it, so you can see where you're shooting, but you can, in the settings, you can remove that grid. It's pretty customizable. It's got 2.1 Bluetooth, so you can stream audio to a headset. What else has it got? Let's see here. Normal dialing messages. Oh, it's also got what they call Movie Studio, MUVEE. So you can actually, on the phone, edit movies and then upload them to YouTube. So if you have You can add captions to the movies. You can slow them down, speed them up. Cut them in sections. So that's pretty useful. It's got a music player, voice recorder, games and apps. It's got an FM radio. Obviously, all the symbols. You can change these themes, so it's pretty cool. It's got an address book, as you'd expect. It's pretty much bog standard after that. So yeah, I think for the pros, this is a very, very good camera. Not so good video camera unless you're not really bothered about the small resolution when you're doing 120 frames a second. 640 by 480 is perfect for YouTube, so this will upload straight there. It plays DivX as well, which is pretty good for a mobile phone. I'm not sure if you can see that. It's got a high ISO of 800 and an image stabilizer. So as a camera phone, it's really good. And I think when it came out, it won the award for best camera phone on the market at the time. I'm not sure whether it still has it, but it did at the time. So yeah, there we go, the LG Viewty. And I'm just going to pass it on now to a recording I did of me playing one of the games that's on board there. So thanks very much for watching. If you liked it, of course, always visit the website in the sidebar that way. Subscribe if you fancy this video or any others, or obviously the new ones that are updated, and I will be uploading a new video shortly. Thanks for watching. Bye.